Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and we're going to be breaking down one base in particular with Sui Lalo, and I want to see if you guys can replicate the attack. It's all about practicing, and I want this video to serve as a kind of a tutoring guide for you guys. Alright, so we're going to be breaking down this base with Sui Lalo. If you guys saw the video a few days ago, then you would know this is the base that you made a copy of. You gave it to your clanmate so that you can hit this and you can practice, or if you had a second 12, you can hit this and kind of try to replicate what I'm doing here. So, also, if you guys didn't see that and you guys want to go to the video description down below, you can grab the base link for this one right here so that you can then copy and practice the attack 24 hours from now after watching this video. But how do we want to break this one down with Sui Lalo? Okay, so there's a couple different things. First, you have to look at where the sweepers are located. Well, sweeper 1 is located right here, right? So we have this first sweeper that is pushing right here. We have the next sweeper that is pushing over here. All right, so they're kind of pointing into one another, and usually when you do a Sui Lalo, you want to try to be able to take out the town hall. There's so many different things that go into a Lalo attack, but the biggest thing is when you do the Sui portion, what's going to be left up, right? So if I'm going to try to Sui into this town hall here, the clan castle is within range of this town hall, so it's pretty much going to come out. And usually in an attack like this, only when it's not a lava hound, that it's a good idea that you can Sui into here. If it's a lava hound and something else, the lava hound is going to cause so many problems. But I mean, there's a lot of you guys that probably don't run up against lava hounds. You probably run up against devil dragons, dragon witch, and all that stuff. So right now, that's going to be in the clan castle. And we'll kind of think about what if there's a lava hound. Well, right now, there's going to be a dragon witch, and we know what's inside this clan castle right now. So the big thing is we want to charge our way into this town hall here. So what are we going to do? What's the army that I have? Right now I have this army. If you guys want to cook it up, you guys can. So we have the one P.E.K.K.A, which is going to help with funneling. The king's going to help with funneling. We have the skeleton spell that's going to take out the queen. So let's talk about this. Again, this video is going to be pretty long. If you want to skip to the actual attack, you're not really going to get much out of it. It's all about actually listening to this part and paying attention, and then you guys can try to mimic and practice. That's what I want you guys to do. So what we're going to do, we see that the enemy king is near this town hall. So we're going to send our king for the enemy king and clear as much of this trash over here as possible. We're going to send the P.E.K.K.A on the left. Usually you use the P.E.K.K.A on the left, king on the right, or either one, whichever way, so you can set the funnel. This time we're going to have the P.E.K.K.A actually come in and loop into this base. The ice golem's also going to be used to kind of tank for this queen, so we're going to send the ice golem in here as well. We're going to wall break, and we're going to try to charge the queen into here. We want to pull out the clan castle, which is going to have a dragon witch and whatnot. We want to kill it with the poison queen ability and take out this section. So what's going to be left? So the queen is going to remove at least all of this, right? And the king is going to grab this here. P.E.K.K.A is going to grab all this in this trash. So this is going to go down. Now what is left? We have to look at where the air defenses are. We have an air defense right here. We have an air defense right here. And we have another air defense right here. So pretty much these air defenses are kind of connected like this. Okay, so you could fly that way, or you could fly the yellow path this way, or this way. Which way are you going to fly? Well, from looking at this base, the big thing you have to look at is the sweeper positioning, right? So we have a sweeper that's pointing this way, and the other sweeper that is pointing this way. So you're kind of going to be flying into sweepers, but where's the queen? Where's the eagle? It looks like the queen and the eagle are actually pretty close together on this side. So if you were to fly this way, it would probably be more ideal because you can get to the queen quicker. If you flew on the top side, you would have to get to the queen later on in the raid, and it might hurt. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the funnel here with the P.E.K.K.A. We're going to set a funnel here with the king, and then we're going to charge into the town hall, and then we're going to slowly move our way through the base like this. You want to do a couple spells, right? So this is where you want to drop the spells. You want to drop a free spell on this multi-air defense right here, and then you want to haste them. You want to couple free spells with haste spells. So you freeze haste into here, you move around, balloons, 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 balloons coming in. Where does the stone slammer with your balloons come from? Or not come from, but where do they get dropped? Well, you want to drop it not somewhere where there's an air defense, where it can go in and move into defenses. And look at this. Right here in this area, there's no real air defense threat. Obviously, there's an air defense right here, but it's further into the base, right? So we're going to fly our way like this with the lava. We're going to send the stone slammer over here, and then we're going to continue to fly with the balloons like this, and then the last town will probably come in from this way, and we'll move our way through. So we'll drop a freeze, a haste into here. We'll go like this. We'll drop a rage. Probably maybe have to freeze this area. We'll see, but we need to drop a rage and then the skeleton spell. You need to pair the rage and the skeleton spell together with the warden ability so the skeletons can kill the queen. Then you fly around, then you drop a heal wherever the most kind of balloons are clumped up and they're taking splash damage. So let's go ahead and hit this base with this configuration. We might switch sweepers around after we see the hit, and then if the sweepers will kind of change our pathing where we're going to fly and all that. So let's hit the base as it is right now, and let's go ahead and give it a shot. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this base with the Sui Lalo. So we're going to drop the P.E.K.K.A here on the storage. He's going to hopefully walk to the right side, and then we'll drop the king up top to help clear the enemy king. So let's go ahead and drop the king right here. So the king's going to be able to set the funnel, so the P.E.K.K.A is going to be able to help join up and meet its way into the core. So king's going in here. I'm going to probably pop the king ability right about now through the enemy king. We find a Tesla over here, we'll drop a minion, and then we can drop a ice golem right here. So the ice golem looking like it's going over to the right. Let's go ahead and drop some wall breakers, and let's go ahead and drop the queen right here. So in it goes. Ice golem does not switch targets. Normally you'd think it would, but let's see. So there is the CC, does not, the P.E.K.K.A doesn't take anything out here. The ice golem is going to die off. This stuff is still in the poison. I'm thinking about poisoning in this section right here, and the queen helps take out some skellies. The witch dies to the poison, so the queen should now be able to step up for the town hall here. So I can be patient, don't need to use a freeze, and I can pop queen ability right about now. You have to be very careful if the queen is next to the Grand Warden platform, because that can be very devastating. So now we're going to go ahead and drop some balloons, Lava Hound, more balloons with the Grand Warden, and we're going to freeze, and we're going to haste our way through here. More balloons coming through here, more balloons, the Stone Slammer. This is obviously the tricky part, right? So we're going to go ahead and freeze this section right here, and we're going to move our way into the enemy queen, drop the Lava Hound like this, drop the Skelly spell right over the top of the queen, and pop the Warden Eternal Tome. What we're trying to do here, and we got to get the cleanup going as well. You have to be very careful about that. Hopefully the queen can go down and we can actually start moving our way through. Let's see, moving our way through like this. Got to drop a heal spell right into the core since it's through the multi. Let's see, they're moving their way through. Eagle is still up. We're going to have to drop a free spell right here. The enemy queen is down. We have to drop a haste spell right here. 1, 2, 3 on this section. And then let's drop a back end balloon. Is it going to be enough here? I mean, it wasn't the best pathing, right? But you could see here we had the balloons coming around. They were moving their way through. I wanted a little bit more of a push through the core, but this is something that you can practice. We'll go ahead and try this again, right? So we'll see how different the attack is, and then you can try to replicate what I'm doing. And obviously, when you're doing an attack, you have to realize that you have to drop minions down early. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to run into a lot of time fails. And yeah, so let's go ahead and hit this base again, see if we can do a little bit better, and see what happens. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit this base again. So we're going to go drop the P.E.K.K.A here so we kind of know what's happening, right? So the P.E.K.K.A is going to go right there. And we're going to wait a little bit. P.E.K.K.A is going to walk up so we can see maybe if we can adjust and improve it a little bit here. So P.E.K.K.A is going to go there. Let's go and drop the king here. We know there's a Tesla, but we're going to kind of react like we don't. So the king's going to go over here. And then we're going to pop the king ability through the section because I pretty much need that enemy king to take the enemy king down right there. So we're going to go ahead and drop a wall breaker here. And then we'll drop an ice golem, which looks like he's going over there. And then we'll drop wall breakers here. So now we're actually able to get this ice golem going into the core because that Tesla pulled him a little bit. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good. So we're going to drop poison right here. P.E.K.K.A is actually going to start to hit the town hall. The ice golem's actually going to freeze all this. So we're getting actually more value right now because this ice golem got into the core. So you can see right now, if this was a lava hound, this would be really hard to get through because the queen would get stuck at this point, right? But since it's not, the queen can get through this dragon, she can get through this Grand Warden platform, and then she even gets this bomb tower right here for some extra value. So now we're going to go ahead and fly around like this, right? Lava Hound like this. We're going to go and freeze, haste, warden our way through here, and then we're going to continue our way, Stone Slammer, and going in like this. We're going to haste, and then we're going to go and freeze like that. And then we're going to go ahead and wait for this warden. You know what? We're going to actually freeze again. We're going to rage, and then the skelly right there on top of the warden. And pop the warden ability. There's the next hound. 1, 2, 3, and we're coming through. So the queen's going to go down. We're going to drop a heal right into the core. Got to get the minions down for cleanup. We do have the baby dragon. And let's see. So the queen goes down. We have a handful of balloons. So we're going to go ahead and drop this next haste here. We have the baby dragon. Not yet deployed. The reason why is because the balloons are going to actually end up finishing. Look at this. We got tons of balloons up on this raid, and we do have the baby dragon. They're going to finish up there. We'll drop the baby dragon actually here since it looks like they're pathing a little differently. Drop 2 archers down on the storage. So you can see a little bit difference right there. The queen got a little bit more value. Let's see, some air skellies. We have a lot more balloons up this time, and that's going to result in a 3-star again. So just a little bit cleaner right there. I used the second freeze on that multi as everything was approaching. Popped the Grand War Internal Tome as the balloons got kind of pushed back into it, and then they went and raged up through the core there. And that's definitely a lot better, a lot cleaner attack using that second freeze earlier. And I'll show you what happens if you have a Lava Hound in the CC. It's not going to be pretty. All right, so now there's a Lava Hound in this CC, so let's go ahead and see what happens, right? So we'll drop the P.E.K.K.A. We'll try to replicate the attack, and let's see. So the P.E.K.K.A. is going to come down. He's going to move his way through here. Let's go ahead and drop the King right here. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and drop a... probably have to pop this King ability pretty early. Pop the King ability now. Test for wall breakers. We'll try to set a funnel, drop a minion over here, and drop the ice golem right here. And then the queen will come in behind, and then we'll drop the wall breakers like this. So let's see what happens. Oh, we lose the P.E.K.K.A. We lose the ice golem to the side over here, so we're not going to get the same value. We're going to pop queen ability because the Lava Hound comes out, and then hopefully we can take out the baby dragon. But now what happens? So now the P.E.K.K.A. is going to go in, but my queen's going to get stuck on this hound here and freezes the hound. Uh-oh, now I have to think about what happens. Now the hound's going to pop. I'm going to have to drop a minion for the pups. Oh, I dropped a red air bomb. Can I take this down? And I might still be able to take down this. All right, so we might still have a chance here. So we're going to go ahead and drop balloons, lava hounds, balloons, Grand Warden. We're going to go ahead and head freeze and haste right here. Drop more like this going in, and we're going to go ahead and freeze this section. But we didn't take out that wizard tower, so we're going to drop a baby dragon for it. And we're going to go ahead and drop another freeze, a rage, so we keep this, and then we're going to drop that right there. And we're going to have to pop the Grand War Internal Tome because it looks like he's dying off. So next hound's coming in. It's not as pretty, but can we get this done here? So we got a bunch of hastes actually still left. We do actually have a heal spell that we can drop right here for these balloons. And wait a second, do we still have a chance at getting this? We'll drop a haste spell for this. Baby dragon came in. I mean, it's not obviously as pretty, right? So we still were able to get it with the hound, but you see, I had to pop the queen ability way earlier so that she didn't get stuck on the hound. So, I mean, it's still possible, but I wouldn't recommend it, right? I would not recommend trying to charge into a base that has a Lava Hound defending like that, especially if it's really close to the Town Hall. Let's see. I don't have as many balloons as that second hit there, but can we move our way down to the south side? Wow, that baby dragon got forced all the way down there, which the baby dragon was actually pretty clutch on that wizard tower there. So we're able to get this base still here, even though I'm the Lava Hound, but I mean, I would not recommend it. I mean, try it both ways. Try a Lava Hound, try the Witch, try whatever CC you want to put in there and practice it and try to come in at this angle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that Dragon, I'm going to put that Witch back inside that CC, but I'm going to switch the Sweeper positioning. I'm going to move the direction and see if that's going to change where I'm going to Lalo. All right, so now in this space, the sweeper here is actually pointing down south, meaning I cannot fly in this direction. So if the sweeper is pointing this way, now we're kind of told that we're going to have to fly in from the top side to avoid the sweepers, right? So that's where we have to fly now. Because the sweeper is pointing down south, we can't fly that way. So let's go ahead and hit the space. Still, we're going to hit it the same entry. We're going to go ahead and drop the P.E.K.K.A down here. He's going to move his way up, right? And let's go ahead and drop the king over here. We're going to wait a little bit. We're going to just be patient here. The king's going to go right here. And we're going to still push our way through. But since the sweeper is pointing a different direction, we cannot Lalo down south. So let's go and pop the king ability. We'll do the same thing. Drop some balloons for that. Drop the ice golem right here. And then we'll drop a wall breaker through here. We don't find anything. And we drop the rest of the wall breakers and then the queen. The ice golem is actually going to continue to go up. P.E.K.K.A is going to move his way in. And then we will drop the poison spell right here over the town hall. Wait a second. We got the ice golem and king to come back in. So king dies, and that's not too big of a deal. But the ice golem is going to freeze this whole section, and that's going to be okay. If this was a lava hound, I know I got it last time. But that's because I popped queen ability early. I dealt with the town hall. But right there, the queen would have got stuck. I had to pop the queen ability here, take out the dragon. Now I can't fly down south. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to have to fly in from this direction like this. I'm going to have to fly in from like this direction. And now Grand Warden, we're going to go ahead and haste or freeze. And then we're going to go ahead and haste like this, right? So this is what we do. So we're going to go ahead and freeze this section right here with the multi. I'm going to go ahead and actually heal here, Stone Slammer here with a Lava Hound continuing around here. So I dropped the heal early. The problem here is, right, we're going to have to rage right over the core. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Skelly spell right over the core. But, oh no, we missed this multi-target Inferno. I'm going to have to pop the Grand Warden Eternal Tome. And now we have to actually come back around. So the Eternal Tome protected the Skellies right there over the Queen, which was the whole point of it. But can we still get this? Let's see. So we're going to drop a free spell down here. We're going to go and drop a haste spell down here. Drop some archers. The balloons are going to have to come all the way back to the top side up there, which I guess is actually not too bad. Unless the baby dragon. Oh, the baby dragon clutches it. I do have, I guess, a swag haste. So because of the sweeper now in a different direction, you have to be able to fly from behind the sweepers, and that's why I flew there. It's harder to do that because the queen is further away, right? So what makes this base better to hit is that sweepers in the different direction. You can get to the queen, you can get to the eagle quicker in the raid, and that one's a little bit harder, a little bit more things are going down, but I would practice, right? So just keep practicing, and take this base and practice on your clanmates, right? So there's different CCs you can put on it, different directions the sweepers are, but the best thing, like I mentioned, is if you're going to fly around the base, it has to be from behind the sweepers, and so you don't fly into them, because otherwise this is going to be really difficult. So what I want you guys to do is practice this hit on this base right now. Let me know what your guys' thoughts. So take some time, take a couple hours, and see if you can do it. And then leave your feedback down in the comments if you really like this. If you want to see more of this style of video where I take a base, I break it down, I give you the base a few days in advance so you guys can have it ready when the video releases, and then we can kind of, I guess, hit the base together in a sense, right? You can watch me, you can put it down, you can slow it down with that gear icon, you can put it to like 0.25 speed or something, like, and it goes really, really slow, and you can kind of see everything that goes down with how I drop it. And I play with the fingers on the tablet. I can't do it with my phone or with my thumbs. That's just not how I play. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video here today. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe down below for the daily content. And again, let me know your thoughts on this type of video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. CarbonFin signing out. Peace.